Today, we got some Jordan 1s to look at. The Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP. Now, this is a collaboration with Travis Scott. They are calling this the Velvet Brown colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker does come in what appears to be like, a standard Air Jordan 1 box. They did switch like the colors on us a little bit, so for the most part you do have the hit of this kind of creamy kind of off-white color here, and then smack there in the middle you do have this brown Nike swoosh here with the Nike text. If you do a 360 around the box, you will notice more of that Nike brand in there in brown. The bottom portion of the box, nothing too much going on. You just have more of that cream kind of off-white color. Now you do have some Nike branding and copyright information here in brown. Other than that, nothing too much to notate. So for those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP. The colorway says dark mocha, black, and then velvet brown. So when you do open the box, now up underneath you are met with more of that hit of brown there. I don't see like any stamps or anything like that to the eye. Inside the box they actually did give us a few lace options, and I will go over those later on in the review. Now when you do open the box, you are met with this pink wax paper, and we have seen this on other Travis Scott releases with the Jordan brand, but you do have your Sicko Mode and Cactus Jack branding, which does belong to Travis Scott and his team. Other than that, you do have some Nike Air branding, and of course you have your Air Jordan Wings logo. Up under that, you are met with this white wax paper, and that is pretty much it. So up underneath you are met with the actual sneaker itself. Now this sneaker is it has been reviewed on the channel before, so this is definitely my second pair. This was actually sent over by request by the vendor, so definitely glad to get a second pair on these. But yeah, man, heavily sought after sneaker, just like any other Travis Scott release. I don't really remember how many pairs there were they produced of this actual sneaker, but I love the fact that they did some swapping out of the materials on this. Air Jordan 1 sneakers are slowly becoming one of my favorites silhouettes from the Jordan brand, but I love the fact that they did swap out, because for the most part Air Jordan 1 sneakers do tend to be leather on the upper portion of the sneaker, but this time around they actually gave us some mocha hits in this kind of suede material here, and then you do have some leather here still with the reverse swoosh here. But that's pretty much it, man. Excellent sneaker, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. And again, this is the collaboration with Travis Scott and Jordan brand on the Air Jordan 1 Low, and this is that velvet brown colorway. So we're going to take a look at the right sneaker like we always do. Now from first observation, the sneaker does look like what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 1 Low sneaker. On the lateral side of the sneaker, first things first, let's take a look at that leather Nike swoosh here. And this reverse Nike swoosh is kind of like a signature for the Travis Scott releases. And they do have some light brown stitching surrounding the leather here. Other than that, like I mentioned, the entire upper portion of this sneaker is composed of this kind of brown suede material. So you do have the hit of brown there for the mid panel, and then going towards the back. Sock liner of the sneaker does have a hit of brown as well, and this is what does look like some nylon mesh material. The midsole of the sneaker, they gave us a hit of this chocolate brown here. More suede going around the lace hoops here. The suede on the right around here by the laces, it is a little bit more prominent than the suede that is a little throughout the other panels on the sneaker. And that's pretty much it. It's just an all brown sneaker, and you can see more of that hit of brown coming up from up underneath. And that's pretty much it for the lateral side. Switching gears, going to the front toe box area of the sneaker. Now you are met with more of that kind of suede material that I mentioned in this dark mocha color here. Now it is perforated. It does have some hole punched in it, just like, you know, any other Air Jordan 1 sneaker. The mud guard on this sneaker does have, like, you know, more of that hit of suede. The dark brown stitching here on this panel are a little bit different than the brown that's on the leather here for the Nike swoosh. It's a little bit darker. The sneaker itself, it did not come pre-laced, but they did go ahead and give us these light brown wax laces, and again, they do have like a few other lace options. I'll go over those for you guys as well. But the tongue of the sneaker is in this nylon mesh material, and that's pretty standard with Air Jordan 1 sneakers. This time they gave us the nylon mesh in that dark mocha there. If you look closer, you do have this brown tab here, and you do have the Nike branding with the Air and the swoosh in black. Now you do have your secondary tag on this sneaker, and it does have the Cactus Jack text over here on the right. The inside of the sneaker is all brown. I'm not going to take the insoles out, but I will get like a close-up and B-roll. But the insole is all brown, and they do have like the hit of white with the Travis Scott text there in black. And that's pretty much it for the front. Switching gears, going towards the medial side of the sneaker. Now, first things first, they did give us a Nike swoosh here in this brown suede material here. And of course, you do have some brown stitching. Mid panel is brown as well, but if you look closely, you will see that Cactus Jack brand in there glossed out. Other than that, there is more dark mocha hits along the panels going towards the rear. Now on the right sneaker, smack dead up top here, you do have this hit of suede, but they did give us this stitched in Air Jordan Wings logo here. You do have more suede hits in that dark mocha color here, more brown stitching, and then of course you can see the midsole there as well. And that's pretty much it. The bottom portion of the sneaker, now pretty standard traction from what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 1 sneaker. So you do have your circular traction up top, and then you do have your Nike brand smack dead there in the center. And that's pretty much it on this one. Now, the left sneaker is pretty consistent with the right. You do have the reverse leather swoosh over on this side, and then you do have your suede Nike swoosh on this side, right side up with the Cactus Jack text showing up underneath. The only thing that's a little bit different on this sneaker would actually be the back on this one, because you do have the Sicko Mode brand, and they like to switch it up, like, you know, on both sneakers. And we have seen that on other Air Jordan 1 releases with Travis Scott. That's expected. And that's pretty much it on this one. But if I were to rate this sneaker, I would definitely give this one a solid 9 out of 10. I'm not really a fan of like the all brown sneaker, you know what I mean? It's not really like an everyday sneaker at all. It just looks pretty basic. Unless you're really like actually up close on the sneaker, you really can't see too much of the materials and the other details that are going on with this one. So I'm gonna just keep this one around like a 9 out of 10. As far as like comfort and size, and the sneaker does fit just like any other Air Jordan 1 sneaker, and I did throw this on feet. Air Jordan 1 sneakers do tend to fit true to size for me, so I don't foresee a reason for you to kind of go up or down like a half size or anything on this one. Stick to what you know. It's just like any other Air Jordan 1 sneaker. And I did want to go over those other lace options here for you. So with this release, they actually gave us this wax, and they both are flat laces, but they're the wax laces. And they did give us this hit of pink here, and then they also gave us this dark brown lace option as well. I do feel like the stock laces with the lighter brown does look a little bit better on this one. It just kind of gives more contrast to the sneaker, because it does kind of play on this stitching here that's on the Nike swoosh, and I just think that kind of helps it pop a little bit better. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to take time to thank the vendor who actually sent the sneaker over here to review for you guys on the channel. And I definitely encourage you guys to stay engaged like always. That can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna hit you guys with a 360 and the B-roll like I always do. But yeah, man, there you go. Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP. And again, this is the collaboration with Travis Scott, the velvet brown colorway. So there's the front of the sneaker, lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left. There's your bottom portion there. There's the medial side. And then there's the rear. And that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.